Any of you ever think about fate? What's destined to happen? If that's a real thing or not? You ever question how that works? I got my bed in the middle of the floor in the living room right now for a long story of reasons, but basically has to do with my air conditioner in my room not working. I had something happen to me today that is absolutely obscenely lucky, and I just want to talk about it. So I have been trading. I've been doing a really good job. I've been up. Even if I made the mistake that I'm about to say, it wouldn't have been the end of my career or anything, but it would have set me back quite a bit. A decent chunk, a decent amount. I almost lost $500 today doing something that I knew I shouldn't do, but I just had a gut feeling that it would work. And my God, basically I bet that the market would go down in the very short term, and it didn't. The trend that it was on didn't continue. It sharply reversed in the other direction, and I just kind of watched it go up and down for a little bit. I had a moment to almost break even and only have to pay $36 instead of $200, but I wanted to break even and make money because I had a feeling it would go down, and it was really stupid of me, and I shouldn't have done it. But I don't even feel like that crazy bad about it. I feel like it was kind of a reasonable decision, but I was just wrong, and it did not go well. I almost lost $500, and then in 2 seconds, and I want to remind you that I had bet that the market would go down, so it going down is a good thing for me. In 2 seconds, it went zero, and then 5 seconds later, right back up to where it was. I got out of the trade while it was down. I had been down $250 for the day, and I was almost down another $250, trying to make it up and go even. And I was warned not to trade today, that it was a bad idea. I didn't listen. I should have done it immediately in the morning, because it's August 1st, it's Trump tariff day. Immediately in the morning, it went down a lot. But I missed that, and then I spent the whole day trying to make it up. And I shouldn't have done anything. I shouldn't have done anything today. I should have accepted today's a bad day to do this. Go live your life. But I didn't. And I was down $250, so I was doing revenge trading, which is where you just want to break even, but then you lose more because you're not like thinking straight and you're not making logical decisions. And I almost lost $500 today, but instead I made $11 because some rich asshole sold a gazillion dollars worth of shares all at once in like one singular second. The price dropped by $10, and then no. That was the beginning of the day that it dropped $10. It dropped by $1, which doesn't sound like very much, but with options contracts it is. And then went up $1 again, like 10 seconds later. But I didn't greed. I didn't bet that it would keep going in that direction. I just got out, and I ended up breaking even and also making $11, which means that I actually made like $261 because I was down $250 for the day, and then I was up 11. So that was insane. And I just thought to myself, like, how is my life going to be different because of that one thing happening? How is my life now going to play out differently? If I'm like, oh, fate, blah, 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 that's cringe, I get it. But, like, what about just the butterfly effect? Like, the fact that that single candle may have been the difference between me having enough money to make this a living and not having enough money to make this a living was because one guy sold a ton and made the number go down for like a second so I could get out. It felt like I was just saved from the abyss. And I'm having a hard time comprehending the fact that I absolutely deserved, by all accounts, to lose there. I made a stupid decision, but I guess the universe decided I didn't deserve to lose. I just got lucky. I got so stupidly lucky. I got the equivalent of, like, a polychrome roll on wheel that saves the run. But, like, even more than that. That plus, like, hitting 3 lucky cards. It was ridiculous. And it shouldn't have happened. That's a Balatro reference if you're a boomer watching this video. But yeah. So, for one, let that be the reason, let that be. I've been doing this for 4 months and I almost lost $500 in an instant. So let that be the reason that you believe me when I say that you probably shouldn't get into day trading unless you have a lot of time and money to work with. And again, I'm not rich. I still am deep in debt, but I have liquidity. I have money in my hands, so that is better than most people. And I'm using it to try and get out of the hole that I'm in. And I'm succeeding pretty well. But that being said, right? That being said, I am up $1,500 for the week. For Monday through Friday this week, I made $1,500 this week. Remember how on the first day of this, I made a video, I've achieved financial freedom. I made $2,000 in one trade. The next day, I lost $4,000 in another trade. So I was just a stupid idiot who didn't know what I was doing. But now that I do know what I'm doing, and I've consistently made profits like 80%, 90% of my trades, I am up $1,500 for a week. That is so good. That is so good. That is so unbelievably good. And I'm excited. Now, I still do have quite a bit of expenses. I have rent. I have my student loan payments, which are about to become more student loan payments because of Trump unfreezing things, because he's just the best. And monthly expenses like food, which is a lot because I'm using Factor right now so I can do this day trading thing. Now, I don't have to do Factor. I could just do Walmart delivery, and I'm considering switching off of Factor because Factor's been really nice and convenient, but it's also quite a lot of fucking money that I just don't think is worth it, frankly. But, yeah. My life is looking up, and having more money in the account basically means that you can afford to risk more, which means that you win more, which means that at an exponential rate, you earn money faster. So, me not losing $500 there was a big deal, especially because it's on August 1st, and we're coming back on Monday, and Trump is going to fuck the economy, unless he is just going to beat a taco again and not even do the things he says he's going to do, which is very possible. And he's already done that with a couple of things, so nobody's taking his deadline seriously at this point. But people are still terrified and don't know what to do, don't know how to handle it. And I want to bring up the butterfly effect. I want to relate it to an entirely different point. What value do you hold in this world? What value do you hold in this world? Why are you alive? You know the answer to that question. You know what you want, what you need to do. Unless you don't, in which case that's really sad, and that's not normal. And when I say it's not normal, I mean in human history. Right now, it might be normal, with how fucked up society is, and how miserable people are, and how out of touch with themselves and their environment and the world they are, and how fucked the environment is. And I don't just mean the environment of plants and animals. I mean the environment for humans is fucked up as well. The way social media is run, the way everything is done is so nauseating. But it is getting better in a lot of ways. However, greedy, bad people are also making it worse in a lot of ways. It's a lot easier than ever to find communities of people who will support you. It's also a lot harder than ever for people without social skills to do that. And it's getting less and less common for people to have social skills. And fear is at an all-time high, and it is ruining everything. It is ruining everything. And it is making a society of ineffectual people. So, I just want you to realize, I just want you to understand, I just want you to know that your life is important. Your life is valuable. And little choices that you make are going to have big effects. For example, me making these little videos, if one person sees it and it changes their mind about something important, and then they go do something genuinely valuable, then that's good. I made a good thing happen. And it was good for me to post this little video, even if it got 17 views. So, that's one thing. Another thing, think about what power you do have over the world. Why does the government have control over you? Because you need money to survive. Why do you need money to survive? You need food. Okay, grow your own food. That's, okay, I can't grow my own food. What the fuck are you talking about? Learn how to do it. Learn the skill set. Figure out what obstacles are in the way of you doing that. Whether it be ability or you can't survive off that food because you have dietary needs. What are the reasons? Go through a list. Make a list of all the things that are holding you down and say, how many of these things do I have control over? And as soon as you have the bravery, just do them. Just do these things. My name is Verb. Just do these things. I finally broke out of my cowardice, made a big update video where I was honest about it and oversharing about a lot of stuff, and I became a fucking day trader. And now my life is looking very up from those very simple decisions. I also decided to get Factor because I was going out to eat all the time and I'm bad at cooking. Get Factor. And now I'm kind of motivated to learn how to cook because Factor kind of sucks. It's pretty great if you have an active lifestyle, but I don't have an active lifestyle. I'm just an asshole with dietary needs who sits at his computer all day watching number go up and down. So, you know, I am looking forward to the future. But more importantly, I need to make a future. I need to make my dreams happen or they won't. And I'm in a unique position to do that, so I gotta do it. So, I'm gonna make a video sometime in the next week. I'm gonna make a good video. A good one sometime in the next week. Perhaps this weekend. Perhaps right now. I will spend at least an hour before I go to bed tonight working on a good video. A high effort one that involves editing. And I'll keep working on it every day for at least an hour until it's finished, and then I'll publish it. And then I'll keep doing that. And I'll try to have a weekly upload schedule of good videos. And yeah. Honestly, I want to have a daily one. I want to grind my life out so that I'm just day trading and making these videos. That's what I want. So yeah. Yeah. Little decisions can make big differences. And as the G-Man said in Half-Life 2, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. The right man in the right place at the right time can make all the difference in the world. It really does just boil down to, are the powerful things being affected? You know? Men are kind of biologically pushed towards thinking of strength in a sense of power, immediate leverage. But leverage is dangerous. And this is what most men don't understand. Giving yourself lots of strength, lots of power, also means giving people a lot of things to use against you. You know what I mean? When you have a lot to lose, that's a big deal. But if you don't have a lot to lose, and you only have things to gain, then no one can threaten you. That doesn't mean you don't seek out strength or health. Of course you do. But those shouldn't be your primary focus. They should be afterthoughts, and your first priority should be, how do I will to power? How do I make my desires into reality? And if you can't, or if you don't want to, or if it's not healthy for you, then what is healthy for you? What do you want to do? And focus on that. And once you spend enough time and energy, you can make something happen. And it really is just that simple. So I'm obviously a self-righteous dipshit who makes a lot of money because I got a lot of money, because I'm a selfish, not selfish, that was a Freudian slip, because I'm a lucky bastard who just got a lot of money at COVID because wealth transfer and the market shot up during COVID, like after COVID. But the point is that there's another wealth transfer happening right now. I'm just participating in it this time. I'm going to make a video soon. I recorded like an hour and a half rant driving in the car about it. It's kind of all over the place, unscripted. I want to make a shorter scripted version of it that's edited and gets to the point faster. And also I don't say a couple of unhinged things. And publish that. And I'll do it within the next few days. And I just got to figure out how to use Adobe Premiere, which is a pain to do, because it just goes against all my muscle memory. But I'll do it, and I will stop yapping. I'm just, my life is kind of in a weird spot right now. It's hard for me to decide what direction to take it in. So I'll just live by my name for once in my life and just do something. I'll just go do something. And if it's the wrong thing, I'll learn from it. But yeah. And how do I wrap up this video? I say that if you make little changes, little things in your life, if you do little tiny things in your life, it will make big differences down the line. Big differences. Just saying little things, just making little choices can have big impacts. I was on a trading server. I got into like an argument with the people on there. I chose consciously to resolve the conflict peacefully while still saying what I felt. And it ended well. Instead of getting into a huge fight and getting kicked off the server or something, I just controlled myself. And not only did I avoid getting myself kicked off the server, but someone else who was also pissed off, I got them in a better headspace and they went on to make some money that day. So that little, and now they're still on the server and they might have gotten banned or something. So my little decision to choose resolving conflict over furthering conflict for my ego because I'm in the right, that single little choice made a huge difference. And instead of being down $250, I'm up $11. I would have quit trading for the day for sure if I got kicked off the server. So, and I wouldn't have the server anymore. So, you know, that's my lifeline right there. But it is unbelievable how important making the right choice is. Just little choices, just little choices have big impacts because they lead to more choices and different environments, and it becomes a self-fulfilling loop. You got to think of everything in existence as the Ouroboros, the ancient myth of the snake eating its own tail and growing from itself. It's just an infinite loop. But things don't all, but there is no such thing as infinity. The snake eating its own tail eventually runs out, right? And there's some religious beliefs that say that the universe is a snake eating its own tail. That it's an unsustainable mass separate from the God energy or whatever. And it's just eating itself dry until the end of time. Now that's a little bit of an oversimplification. And also, I don't know how the universe works. I'm not an expert on it. I've just read a lot of philosophy and religion and stuff. But as a person, you've got to understand that no matter how little power you think you have, you can and should reassess how much power do I have to resist the evil powers in my life? Where can I do that most easiest? Okay, let's do that. Okay, what's a little more difficult? What's the hardest thing for me to overcome right now? Let's just try to do it. And if I fail, and the consequences aren't catastrophic, then whatever. Just don't try it again. Move on. Focus on smaller tasks. People hate this. People want to make big plays that fix their life instantly. And I'm not saying that the world is fair or that it's your fault that the things aren't better. Because I am very certain that there are some of you who, if you became the world emperor, the world would become better instantly because you're a better person than the people running the world. But it's not that simple in reality, because there are those people. There are powers in your way. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good people to do nothing. The original saying is good men, but I think we can alter that a little bit. Good people to do nothing. And that is very, very accurate. If you don't do anything, then the people who do things will do things. It really is just that goddamn simple. So I'm going to make some good videos soon. Watch out. Stay tuned is what I meant to say, but it sounded like I was warning you. Watch out! The videos are going to smack you upside the head if you don't watch out.